Yo, it is a good day. I'm very fired up. Got lots of new stuff in the shop right now. I think you guys are gonna wanna subscribe because I got some Maven brakes coming, new RockShox fork, 3.1 charger damper, and maybe most importantly, just got a set of Schwalbe Alberts in with the radial casing, Pro, ultra soft, with the Radial new sidewall construction wizardry. Exciting stuff. I love it when companies just like focus on, you know, tech improvements, and I just, as like an engineer deep down, you want to see like real legitimate changes happening. And I think Schwalbe has done that numerous times. Exciting times. So I just put this tire on. This is my first ride with it. A little bit of downhill, mostly uphill. First impressions in the Pro construction with purple rubber. It scoots pretty darn good. The last set of tires that I had on was a Maxxis Dissector and Assegai, both 3C Maxterra EXO casing. So climbing grip with these tires, noticeable, especially like when I get my weight off the saddle. There's some off-camber roots right now. When my weight isn't, you know, like firmly planted on the tire, I was feeling a lot more grip coming up the climb today. So definitely some improved climbing grip action, and like gives you a little bit more window if you get your hips forward and you start slipping. I forget there's a climb trail here, sweet. Yeah, and then some like impact absorption. I feel like you're clinging to roots a little bit better, kind of like their marketing was saying. I'm feeling it. I think it's real. It's kind of hard today in general to like differentiate the good purple compound and the more deadened sidewall, you know, in general, but just got to take the tire as a system and it feels real good. A nice open view. Still see a couple of trees left, so I think the loggers have some more work to be done. Yeah, I've been running the Dissector for a while now, months, and Assegai up front. And yeah, I'm very jeez, friggin' brush. I'm very conscious to wattage drag in bikes. Like, I've had a huge annoyance with the amount of drag that a lot of high pivot bikes have, for instance. Certain tires, like sometimes Maxxis double down tires, just feel like a lot of resistance to me, especially like max grip. And this is basically the stickiest, you know, thicker casing that these come in, and dang, they roll really good. I feel like that's one of the, jeez, it's so brushy up here. So ready to be in the woods. Oh my gosh. I've noticed all my Schwalbes, like you get the thicker casing, like the super gravity or even downhill. I've had downhill tires, and they tend to pedal super well, glide super well, like not have a ton of resistance. Oh, there we go, back in the woods for the love of God. Yeah, so I mean, compared to like a very fast rolling tire, like the Maxxis Dissector EXO 3C Maxterra, these are scooting pretty well. Maybe like a very slight penalty, but feeling very worth it for the traction. Not as fast as the Dissector was, but we're talking about like downhill casing level, you know, support, and basically the max grip rubber of the Schwalbe world, the purple. Okay, dropping in to Upper Cougar Ridge. Oh wow, yeah, holy. Getting a lot of brake traction right there. This is actually like kind of slippery, you know, loose over hard sections through some of this. And this tire is braking a little bit harder, or quite a bit harder than the ass guy that I just took off was. Granted, we have purple compound rubber, you know, so that's gonna change some things. Oh, hey, yo. Thanks. That's gonna change some things. It's a stickier compound, but these tires, of course, are supposed to have like more compliance, seem like forward to aft, front to back, than the outgoing Schwalbe casings did. So you're supposed to get more carcass, you know, contact patch, front to back. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, gosh, I love having like the more deadened feeling casing too. That feels so killer after being on EXO. Yeah, if you haven't ridden Cougar Ridge, it's like it used to be probably more popular than it is now. Oh wow, yeah. Tire is eating up the chunk. Gosh, yeah, having a thicker casing is so much better. Actually, like dropping in today, I had to speed up my rebound by 2 clicks. For years, I was running my rebound wide open, but since my injury, been slowing the bike down here. Woo! Okay, that was the limit of grip. But yeah, sped the rebound up just because these tire casings were feeling so much more like connected to the earth, deadened feeling. So I didn't need the shock rebound, which really doesn't do, you know, exactly what you want it to anyway. Your tire is like responsible for the majority of that rebound sensation. Like by the time your shock starts moving, your tire has already like compressed and rebounded like twice. It's pretty crazy. Oh man, feeling anchored on these things for sure. Yeah, just to collect my thoughts for a second, it's kind of a wild trail. I feel like front to back, or like a braking grip is noticeably better, more intense, makes my brakes feel like they work better, and eating a little bit more of the trail energy, which could just be the more supported sidewalls, being the pro level. They're pretty heavy duty sidewalls. It's a cool construction where it seemed like the bottom was really thick and then it tapers up to a more thin up top, which I think is the Schwalbe secret to keeping their tires like the rolling resistance down despite having such thick casings, which is so sick. Yeah, this is actually a great trail to test the tire grip because there's a lot of loose over hard. So much of Bellingham's just like hero grip. This is actually a little bit more pebbly and loose over hard. So kind of a good test. Just a beautiful evening. Oh yeah, man, the bike is feeling, oh wow, lots of grip there. I was expecting the bike to slide more than it did. Wow, okay, cool. Yeah, we're hooking up with the ground. We're eating quite a bit more energy. So many fun doubles through this trail. And I actually haven't ridden this trail in a while. Wow, yeah, the tires are, dude, they are just soaking stuff up. There's lots of little holes on this trail. Quite bumpy, honestly. Loose corner, hooks up. Dude, yeah, I'm stoked. It's also good to have like a little bit more filled in Schwalbe tire for these more summery conditions. Like I don't know what kind of winter tire this is gonna be at this point, but it's just like a little bit more middle of the road looking tire pattern, which I'm kind of stoked on. Oh, okay, we're just sending right off the mill. Kind of forgot where the line was. It's been so long. Whew. Shame on me, I should ride this trail more. Wow, yeah, okay, another moment. There's a very loose kind of corner back there, and I had gobs more grip than I was ready for. I'm kind of like ready for the bike to slide out. Also, I don't know if the bike's sounding any quieter, but got like an STFU chain silencer on there now on the chainstay. So that's kind of cool. Keeping the bike a little bit more deadened. Keeping the chain slap down. As long as it doesn't end up in my spokes, I'll be stoked. But yeah, killer first test of these tires. It's so hard for me to like quantify the extra rolling resistance, but I certainly think even like this extreme setup with your thick pro sidewalls, purple rubber, they roll quite nicely. They are not going to distract you like some low range tires do. I saw some videos that you probably want to run more pressure in these than you think. I kind of just started walking down the pressures, got to like what I would usually consider a slightly lower PSI. Like, what was it today? Gosh, I think it was 25 front, 28 rear, which is pretty darn low for me. I'm 210 pounds. And I did the old like Schwalbe test. They were feeling great. So as long as I'm not striking my wheels, which it doesn't feel or sound like I am, we're good to go. And man, they are like definitely eating some trail energy. It's so funny how much tires do. Sometimes I'm a sucker for like running a fast rolling tire just to make the climbs easier. And this tire is such a good case for going up a little bit in your tire casing. Makes the downhills so much more planted. Oh nice, we're cutting trees out of here. Love it. This path's running pretty clean. Actually, this alternate line here is probably a great tire test. I imagine it's good and loose, because it usually is. This part's, oh well. So we gotta go. Whoa. Yeah, we got a little anchor in the back. A lot more rear brake or rear traction than I thought I was gonna be able to muster. Dang. Yep, this is a big improvement. Pretty stoked. Oh, this dirt looks pretty good, so I imagine. Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel very in control so far. Okay, a little slidey there. Oh, this is so steep. Oh my gosh. It's so loose, dude. I don't know if I'd be doing this without these tires. Okay, a bit of a drop, yay. That line's getting worse. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm really glad that I rode Cougar Ridge to test these things out. It's like a very loose over hard kind of trail right now, which, you know, loose over hard and like packing up mud are some of the hardest conditions. I guess slimy rocks as well. Can't test those wet conditions right now, but wow, yeah, these things are feeling like little anchors. I have missed the purple compound being in my life. Man, it's crazy too. I've always wanted to make a video about the Schwalbe Dirty Dans. I ended up with a set of those, and they are just like ridiculous claw tires. And that's kind of the vibe I'm feeling from these right now, where it's just like, wow, we're getting a lot of grip. This feels like, you know, a bit of an unfair advantage when compared to other tires. Phew. Okay, a little bit more slidey coming into that one. Didn't feel the same sense of locking up. Oh man, yeah, I tried to like shick the bike out to the side and it wouldn't even move. That's why it's important to like run a grippier tire on the front than the back. I mean, you can go with the same grippiness too. Purple and purple feels great. Oh wow. Laying that bike over onto that front wheel. Man, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy running these. You know, they're $100 plus tires, but I do think Schwalbe's kind of figured out the longevity game. They used to be known for like shredding pretty quick, but I guess they did this like additive X blah 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 in the rubber compound. But I find that they hold up pretty darn well. Anyway, this is my initial impression of these tires, and I feel like you want, you know, the initial impressions on a review are usually like the most powerful, like hot and cold moment where you can feel what's going on. And then I'll try to follow up down the road on these tires, you know, as I often do. Talk about my tires. Yeah, thanks for joining. Let me know if you guys are interested in these. I paid for these myself. I reached out to Schwalbe. I'm not cool enough to get free tires yet. So know that, but hopefully if I grow this channel, I can start getting product and reviewing it. Yeah, and I said earlier, consider subscribing. Finally got a set of Maven brakes in the shop, which feel very promising, and the new RockShox Zeb with a 3.1 damper, which did feel quite a bit different. So with that, that is all I have tonight.